Hey, this is just a heads up that the interview you're about to watch is just audio. I don't think that's a big deal because the interview itself is pretty sweet. Sit back and enjoy. How's it going? My name is Spencer, and welcome to Chats with Spencer, where I like to ask my guests fun and unique questions so you and I can get to know them a little bit better. My guest today is part of a K-pop cover group on YouTube called Lynxcats. Please welcome Myio. Welcome to the show, Myio.
Hello. Thanks for inviting me. I'm really happy here.
No problem. Thank you. I know English isn't your first language, so I really appreciate you taking this interview. We'll take our time. If there's anything you need rephrased, I'm happy to do that. So you come from Brazil, though, correct?
Yes, I'm from Brazil, born and raised.
Whereabouts in Brazil?
Okay, I'm from Brazil's northeast.
Okay.
It's a state named Alagoas,
Okay.
and it's one of the smallest states in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really beautiful. We have the most beautiful beaches in Brazil. It's like tropical.
I'm sure it was great growing up right by the beach.
Yeah, it was really good. These days I don't really like going to the beach, but when I was a kid back then, it was really fun.
Okay. Can you just maybe tell us a little bit about Lynxcats for anybody who's unaware? Like I just said, they're a K-pop cover group on YouTube, and they've only been around for 2 years, but they already have quite a bit of a following.
Lynxcats is K-pop cover group. We mostly cover K-pop songs, but we also do like Japanese release once in a while, and sometimes the girls like to sing to English songs as well from pop singers or something like that. It's a group of friends. We knew each other because of friendship. I was friends with Lala, and then I met the other girls because of her. And I think it was the same for the other members as well.
So I noticed that you weren't part of the group initially,
Yes,
so maybe about a year, and then you kind of came in. Was there a reason why you didn't start right away?
it was because nothing really personal. I just got to know the girls like last year. I have a friend that is friends with mom, and I used to have a channel where I did like adaptations of songs in Portuguese. I had this friend that is friends with mom, and I knew that mom sang too, and I liked her voice. And I
Mm-hmm.
asked to my friend, can you introduce me to her? Because she seems so nice, and I like her
Mm-hmm.
voice. I wish I could sing with her. I met mom, and I asked her to sing with me, and then I got introduced to Lala by Moon. And I was like, oh, maybe Lala could sing with us too in this song. And she was like, ah, Lala is really nice and chill. You can talk to her. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so shy to get to her. But
Mm-hmm.
she said like, go ahead, try. And I talked to her and we started talking, and she said that she came to my city once and we started talking. It was really natural and we became friends. So after a while, she asked me if I could collaborate with Lynx Cats. At first, I did like two collaborations with them before
Okay.
joining the group. The girls were like, "Oh, we just lost some members now. Do you want to join the group?" And I was like, "Oh my God, really? Are you sure?" The girls were really receptive with me and really nice, and they really loving with me. I love them. We we are really good friends now.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a lot of fun just to do these kind of things with your friends, especially singing and whatnot. So,
Yeah. I used to sing with my friends, but I was like more of a soloist. I had my
mm,
channel. Sometimes I would sing with friends, but I was mostly solo. So I didn't sing that much because I didn't have like abilities that is needed to mix and something
hmm.
like that because I'm not that skilled in this area.
Okay, that's fair.
And I was like so discouraged to sing a lot because I had to do all these things, and I was, oh, I can do it. And now I've been singing quite a lot because I have them, and we are
Hmm.
friends, and we are always encouraging each other. So it was, oh, you can do it. You sound good. Your voice is
Hmm.
beautiful. You are great. So I think it's a lot more energy, and you feel a lot more confident. about what you're doing.
So, how did you personally get into singing? Was this something you did a lot as a kid, or is there like a story maybe that how you got into singing?
I started to sing because my father likes to sing too, and he used to sing a lot when I was a kid, and he was always singing, and I used to listen to him sing to
Mm-hmm.
his singing, and I was like, oh, I think I was like naturally like induced to start singing.
Mm-hmm.
I in this I grew up in this environment where there's a person singing, and I felt like, oh, I like singing too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So my parents put me in the church choir when I was
Mm-hmm.
little, and that's how it started. So, but I only started to sing online like back in 2011
Okay.
when I found some friends to sing Japanese songs. And there was a time when Nico Nico Douga was quite famous. It's a
Okay.
Japanese website where people, it's like YouTube, but Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And people would post like huge chorus of people singing some songs, and that was so amazing. I would watch that videos, and would be like, oh my God, they sing so well. How they do that? And I want to be like them.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was so good to do that with your friends, and you're singing is singing so good. And I started to make friends that like to sing too. And we start to sing together, and there was a lot of setbacks, but
Okay.
now here we are. Now I'm with Lynxcats, and I couldn't be happier with my singing.
So obviously you enjoy singing, but what are some other things you enjoy doing?
I do a lot of things, I guess, mostly art related, because I really like this side of hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this kind of hobbies that involves like creativity
Yes.
and things in this area. I like to make videos. I did some for Lynx Cats. I also like to draw, even though I'm not that good, but I really enjoy drawing. And I've been these past months in this quarantine, I've
Mm-hmm.
been trying to invest more in writing song lyrics
Okay.
because because I it's a thing that always I felt like it was a way to show my feelings or
Mm-hmm.
tell a story or something like that. But I was I don't know if I can do that. But now I started to force myself more to try instead of asking, of just saying that I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I find it that I ended up find it that really fun. It's really good, and I I hope to release something in the future.
So Lynxcats, they haven't released anything original yet, correct?
Can
Like
you repeat?
music written by one of you or several of you.
Oh, we have a few projects about that to
Okay.
write our own songs,
Mm-hmm.
but we see what
That's fair.
I can tell much, but I can tell that projects going on.
It's in the works, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you could collaborate with any artist, I guess like a music artist, who do you think who would you like that to be?
It was up to me to choose. I would choose either Hui from Pentagon or
Okay.
Kino, because I really love their talent. They are so talented in songwriting, and I think that's really it's something that inspires me a lot. So I would really
Mm-hmm.
like to collaborate with one of them. It would be like a dream. I would ask for some tips as well on how I can become a good singer-songwriter.
Obviously, you're in Brazil, and Japan and Korea are kind of far away. You wouldn't necessarily think someone would be interested in that music. So how exactly did you discover J-pop and K-pop?
Oh, that's actually a good question. I think it was kind of like, how can I say, organic or natural, because
Sorry, go on.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, when I was a little child, I used to watch like that anime that was going on TV, and I used to watch like Sakura Card Captors
Mm-hmm.
and Digimon and
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon and that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, Sailor Moon.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
I was like so fond of that anime, and
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, it's so good, so cute, I love it. And then I think it was the first step, and then I started to dig into the music, Japanese music, and then I got to a point that I used to watch more, like I used to listen to the songs more than watch the anime. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
watch anime these days, but I really
Mm-hmm.
like to listen to the music. And then and it got me to this curiosity to get to know more about Japan and
Mm-hmm. Okay.
culture
Yeah,
and
that's right.
search up about it. And
Mm-hmm.
I started to try to learn the language by
Mm-hmm.
myself and things like that. And then I got introduced to K-pop like in 2010 because some online friend sent to me an MV of Girl Generation, that song
Okay.
G G
Mm-hmm.
G G G baby. And then I was like, I don't know about it. I
Mm-hmm.
never heard that. What language is that?
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little bit curious, but it was
Mm-hmm.
just that. I move on. And then other day, a friend of mine from school came and she was like, "Oh, did you know about this group? I never heard something like that. Look, I and it was the same MV.
Mm-hmm.
It was G once
Mm-hmm.
again. And then this time I paid more attention to it and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
it's really good. Who are them? And then we started to get into K-pop and we were like searching about the groups and getting to know the name of the girl. So, who are then, what the other songs. It was just a downfall into K-pop.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to the sense of when you get into K-pop. I only got into it early or just at the start of 2020, and I can tell you the exact story. It's super short, but I just randomly on YouTube, and ITZY was on a BuzzFeed video like reacting to something,
Mm,
and I was just like, okay, whatever, this could be funny. So I just click on it. I'm like, oh, these people are kind of like, they're interesting, whatever. So then I looked at their music, and then it was like, I guess at that time that was what Dollar Dollar and Icy were out. So I just listened to that, and then you just see other videos of other groups, and then kind of downfalls because there's so much K-pop out there that
and
it's really
I
easy to get lost in it.
Yeah, and it's like there's a group for everyone because
Mm-hmm,
there's
mm-hmm,
a lot of styles inside the K-pop. I think everybody can find a group that they will like and be relatable for them. I think it's really easy to get attached to K-pop, to K-pop.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, my before I even knew about K-pop, like I just knew the genre.
Mm,
I assumed it was all like very
like
the
Orgo and Bright.
yes, like very poppy, very bubblegum. And
Yeah.
obviously, yes, there are some songs like that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so diverse. It's like such a big umbrella term. It's basically like Korean music. That's like a better way of saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of styles inside of Korean music.
Mhm,
There's like bands and rap, hip
mhm,
hop. And when people think about K-pop, they were just like, oh, it's pop. I don't like pop, so why
mhm.
I would like K-pop? But there's a lot of styles inside it. So I guess there's one for everybody.
What are your top three K-pop groups?
My top three.
Yeah, well, you can do five if you want.
I think that would be first Pentagon because they are my favorite
Okay,
nowadays. And second, I would say CN Blue. I really like CN Blue. If you can say that it's a K-pop group because they are a
okay.
band.
Oh, okay, okay.
Three would be Twice. I really like Twice. They are super cute. And and for Red Velvet.
Oh yeah.
Red Velvet is really good. And five, BTS maybe. Because I really like some of their songs. Their new songs, I'm more into their new styles.
Hmm.
Because when they started, they were like hip hoppy
Hmm.
kind of thing. And it's not really my style, but I
Okay.
really like their currently style.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, they've been around a while, so
Yeah.
their sound and vibe has changed a lot. Like with most groups, they've evolved, so it's fair.
And they kind of adapt for their stars. Maybe when they start, maybe they didn't write their songs, and now a lot
Hmm.
of their songs are wrote by themselves. So I guess it's that change too.
So we're gonna take a break from K-pop. We'll definitely come back. But what's the best place you've visited?
I would say the best place I visited was a city named São Paulo. It's here
Oh, okay.
in
Hmm.
Brazil
Hmm.
because not because of the city itself. It was really a good place to visit and strolling around, but because of the people I went and met them. Because I had some online friends. I have some online friends, and I got to meet them because I went to São Paulo and they live there. It was really a special moment for me, and I will keep that in my memory. It was a really nice time for me. And also, it was the first time I travel alone, and it was quite challenging
Hmm.
because I was anxious about it,
Hmm.
but turned out really well, pretty well. I managed to solve everything that every setback that
Hmm.
appeared. And I had my friend to help me too, so I'm really thankful to her.
So this is kind of a weird question, but if you could visit any time period, so just thinking about the past, what time period do you think you would visit?
I don't really have that, oh my God, I wish I could go back and on time because I think it's really dangerous, a dangerous
Okay.
thing to do because that would be people who would use this ability or machine to do bad things.
Hmm.
But if I could be a spectator, I would
Hmm.
I would like to see some of the monuments that still existed back then because
Hmm.
how could I say antiquity? Because there was some monuments that were like brand new or that
Yes.
existed and now they're vanished for some
Hmm.
reason and we can see how they were and I would like to see like let me see the name in English. Pyramids and the Great Wall in China and also that high gardens, I guess, from Babylon. I think it's the name. Hanging Gardens of Babylon. I didn't know
Oh
the name
yes.
was
Okay.
that. Okay. That was one of the monuments I would like to see if I could because they don't as exist anymore.
No, that's a fair and that's a cool
Yeah, I
answer
would.
for sure.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I would like to read books about the seven wonders of the world and things like that. And I ask, oh, how they were these monuments? And there's only drawings and no pictures because there's no photography
Hmm.
back
Hmm.
then.
Hmm.
But it was things that I wish I could see with my own eyes.
So I know you're studying right now. Are you studying anything related to that? Are you into history, or are you just totally doing something different from that?
Oh, it's totally different. It
Okay.
was because I really liked history when I was younger, but
Hmm.
now I study law in college.
Oh, okay. Way more practical.
Yeah. Not my favorite, but almost finishing.
Nice. Okay, so we're just gonna go to some quicker questions. You can stop and talk about them if you want, but they're just like less elaborate questions. So, do you have a favorite sports team?
Oh, I don't really like sports. I can
Okay.
think about a team or something like that. I just watch soccer
Hmm.
when we have like World Cup or something like
Hmm.
that because Brazil, we like soccer.
Yes.
At
uh,
least on World Cups or something, but I don't really watch other sports. Other
okay.
than I appreciate one sport that I like to watch is ice skate. It's really interesting, but it's been a while since I watched to any competitions or whatsoever.
Yeah, it's fairly big in. So I'm in Canada. It's fairly big in Canada and I think the U.S. So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see it being that big in Brazil.
No, no, it isn't because we don't have ice.
Yes.
We don't have snow.
Hmm.
So I think I saw before people doing like in it's not on ice, it's like skating on I don't know how it's called.
Inside or
Oh, yeah, indoors, like in a big
oh, like a
gym.
rink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
rink,
Yeah.
but it's not ice.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've
Oh, you mean like just like roller skating around?
yeah.
Oh
There's a
yeah, like those are like roller rinks. That's what I would call them or something.
It
Like
might be.
wood, right?
Mhm. It's even on the not Olympics but Pan American Games. There's a category for that. And when I
Okay.
first saw that, I was so like weirded out because it was so strange.
hmm
And I was like, oh, but All Nice is so much beautiful.
hmm
I like it. It's beautiful.
Get the feeling you, based on all your answers from before, you appreciate stuff that has artistic merit to it.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but that's true.
All right. Do you like dogs or cats?
Oh, I like both, but never had a cat, so I would say dogs.
Fall or spring?
I think I would like fall because it seems like a really chill time and it's beautiful with all the brown leaves.
hmm
But in where I live, we don't have like a fall season. We just have two seasons. There is hot and rain. So I don't have much choice. But I would like to be in a place where we would have like winter and fall and spring with all the flowers blooming. I think it would be beautiful. But
hmm
I will say fall then.
Fall is quite stunning. If you've never, it's hard for me to imagine because obviously I live in a place where we have four seasons, and
hmm
seeing that for the first time would probably be quite the experience for somebody. So I
Uh,
definitely if you can do it.
I wish. I would like to see snow, yeah, as well. I never saw snow.
Being an adult and being able to like remember that vividly, that would be a really cool experience. Like, oh, the first time I saw fall or like the leaves changing color, because I don't remember that being a kid. Obviously, it's just like, oh, I
Just
don't.
a natural thing for you because you see every year.
You take it for granted, yes. So,
Yeah.
would you prefer candy or chips?
What's the second word? I didn't.
Chips is like potato chips.
Ah, chips. Chips.
Okay.
I prefer chips. I like candy, but
Mm-hmm.
candy, I it it's like you get uh like I'm so done with candy. I can't eat much. I will like eat a couple of candy and then
hmm
it's okay. I'm done. But with chips, it grows on you. You eat
hmm
and eat and eat
Oh yeah,
and
I
still
could
good.
easily eat a bag, but I just control myself. I'm just like I'm just eating a few.
Yeah.
All right, what is one of your favorite movies?
I'm a really eclectic person, movie
Okay.
wise, because
hmm
I really like I think mostly genres I would watch. I'm not picky with movies, but
hmm
I would recommend a movie named About Time. It's a movie
Okay.
I really like. It's about time travel.
Okay.
The title is about it's a little bit self-explanatory. But it's a really light movie
hmm
with a little touches of serious stuff. It's a romantic comedy slash drama, and it's a beautiful movie. I think there's a lot of lessons to learn from that, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think I watched that like a 4 or 5 times.
This came out in 2013. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking it up.
Mhm. It's a British
Okay,
movie.
romance fantasy. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Do you prefer a relaxing or adventurous vacation?
I like vacation for relaxing, like getting out of your routine
Mm-hmm.
and start thinking about the problems and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
also like to go to travel somewhere to know the places and go to
Mm-hmm.
the museums
Mm-hmm.
and go to the places that are famous and take pictures. I like to walk around and know the city. I would say like adventurous in this sense of the thing, but not
Mm-hmm.
like extreme sports or something like that because
Okay.
I'm kind of afraid of that. Like a bungee jumping or something like that.
Okay.
I don't think I could do that.
Okay. So, like, adventures in the sense of you're not just sitting there, you're kind of exploring, but
Yeah.
not adventures in the sense of something dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So, out of all the songs you've covered on Lynxcats, what is your most favorite?
Bit difficult to answer that because every time we do a new cover,
Mm-hmm.
I think for all the members it's the same because we would go like, oh. this is so good. And then another cover come out, and we were like, oh, this is so good. It's my new favorite.
Yeah.
Because we keep like trying to improve, and Sena gets better on mixing and
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
And we like to we are like always thinking the next cover will be better, and we're trying to make the next cover to be better.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think the same feeling for everyone. But if I have to point a cover, I would
Mhm.
say Scream, because one of my favorite covers would be Scream, because of the time that took for recording,
Mhm.
because it was a little bit of a issue because my voice don't really fit the song, from the point of view of like, oh, your voice is so high, and
Mhm.
something in this way. And
Mhm.
it was a little bit difficult to me to adjust to the mood of the song, but Sena helped me a lot, a lot. It took me a couple of hours to record, maybe 2 or 3 hours to
Okay.
record. It was difficult, but I really like how it turned out. I'm really proud of myself for that. And I like to our cover of Daisy. It's really special for me too because I made the
Okay.
video,
Okay.
and was the first Pentagon song I sang with the girls, and it
Mhm.
was a meaningful memory for me.
Mhm.
And my top three, the last one would be Fanfare, because it was the first high note I did. A challenge, but it was fun to do.
So kind of just like a follow-up question. How long does it usually take for a cover to be made, like recording wise and I guess like mixing wise?
We usually have a planning sheet for recording. Like we have a planning sheet on our account on Google.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we have listed all the covers we plan to do. It's not many covers because we wouldn't have time to make them all, but
Mhm.
there's some covers there, and we would be, there's boxes for each member who's participating on the cover.
Mhm.
And when we record, we would like check the box. I'm done, Mio, done. I did
Mhm.
my
Mhm.
part.
Mhm. Mhm.
But for recording, I think our members are a little bit like we are like well adjusted to Korean language. We can sing without many problems
Mhm.
in Korean now these days. But for record, I think it's just a matter of finding a free time to record. So it depends on the members. The member. Maybe I'm free today. I can record my parts. I can take my afternoon to record
Mhm.
and send to Sena. But not every member have has like free time
Mhm.
every day or every week.
Mhm.
So it can take a little bit more of time. So I would say like if everybody records fast,
Yes. Mhm.
and that will be fast. And but usually the process of the song is the song came out like, let's say our last cover, it was OT6,
Mhm.
Can't Stop Me.
It's
All
okay.
of our members sang that song,
Mhm.
so we did the line distribution for that, all members participating.
Mhm.
So from that moment, we can start recording, right? So maybe if everybody records in that week, the cover can come out fast, because Sena is quite fast mixing.
Mhm.
She's kind of use it to mix our voices.
Mhm.
So she's kind of fast. It depends on how's the
Like how
things.
complex the song is?
It does too, because if it's a difficult song, she would take a
Mhm.
little bit more time to
Mhm.
mix that. Or if it's a song that she has to learn an effect for that or something like that,
Oh, okay.
she'll take a little bit longer. But
Mhm.
usually she can do that in 1 week, a mix
Okay.
maximum. So I don't think it takes too long. It just depends on the members to send the lines
Mhm.
faster, because we have like the line distribution, then
Mhm.
recording,
Mhm.
then Sena usually or Moon does the backing vocals for the song. It's like parallel processing. We can record and do the backing vocals at the same period of
Yes.
time.
Okay. Yeah.
And after Sena mixes, we can post. Kali or Moon would do the video.
So do you remember the first song you ever performed? And if not, just a song, maybe like a performance that sticks out in your mind.
Can you redo the question? I didn't get it.
Sure. So what was do you remember the first song you performed? So like a live performance. Do you
Oh,
remember
live
that?
performance?
Yes. Yes, like your first live performance. Do you remember what song you performed?
When I was a kid or K-pop songs?
Either. Like the kid one might be kind of hard to remember. I
Yeah,
know you
it's
said you
really hard
joined
to
your church,
remember.
so obviously, you were in the church choir, so you probably sang something at the church. But if you
Yeah.
can remember maybe like your first, yeah, sure, maybe your first J-pop or K-pop live
Mm,
performance.
I think the first song that I sung live, it was Sino by Twice.
Okay.
I joined like a contest for
Okay.
singing, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was so nervous about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I joined with my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
and she got sick on the day.
Oh,
So we
geez.
had like a hard time to do it, but we did
Mm-hmm.
well. Uh,
Nice.
we we were like shaking
Mm-hmm.
and so afraid because there's a lot of people there. But it ended up well. We took the second place for it.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I think we did pretty well. It was fun. We had the clothes like the members of Twice, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a cute memory.
No, it sounds
When
good.
I think about that these days, I feel proud
Mm-hmm.
of myself because I had the courage to get in that stage and sing.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I did my very best because I was like so nervous and shaking.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I hope I can have other opportunities
Mm-hmm.
for doing that, and I hopefully I can do better.
I'm sure. The first time in front of a crowd is just
Yes.
always very nerve-wracking, right? So,
Yeah, and I'm a really anxious person, so I'm always
okay.
thinking, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
You're thinking the worst case, right?
Yeah. But it was fun, and I think it's a step for trying other times.
Yes, exactly. Just yeah, we'll look at the step in the right direction for sure. If you're in a K-pop group, well, I guess you are, but like one that was out there right now, what would you want your role to be in the group? So, like center, main vocalist, main dancer, that kind of thing.
What role I would like? I mean, I don't know because if I was like a sender, I would have to be in the center, and I don't know if I would like that much of attention because the sender is the first person you look
Hmm.
at.
Hmm.
So I think you have to be like confident. I don't know if I could do that, but I think I would like to be one of the singers, like the main singers. But
Okay.
I don't know about my abilities for that. I don't know if I can be a main vocal because it does require a lot of skill.
Hmm. Hmm. For
So
sure.
I'm not really confident about it. So I would be like a sub vocal or sub rapper or something like that.
Okay, a sub.
Because skill wise, I think I would be like something like that. But I like to try like other things and challenge
Hmm.
myself to improve. So maybe I can be like that vocalist that is not a main, but it's getting there.
Yeah, so yeah, there's main, then there's lead, and then there's sub.
Yeah,
So you
maybe
can you could be the lead.
lead vocal. Yeah,
All right, lead
maybe.
vocals. That's your
Because
answer. Okay.
as a dancer, I don't think I'm that good.
Hmm.
Even though I can barely dance, but I can dance a little bit. But I don't think I could be a main dancer or something like that. I would be that person who dances in the back of the group,
Yeah, that would be me too. It's okay.
so nobody could see me.
So just kind of like a follow up, have you ever done J-pop or K-pop dance covers?
Yeah, I have like in my city, I'm in a dance group
Okay.
with a few girls, and we did perform in some competitions, but since we started like last year, we didn't have like time to perform more because of
Hmm.
this year nothing happened.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So I hope Next year we can like perform more and do more rehearsals, and I hope hopefully I can improve more too because I like to dance. It's a like fun thing and also really stress relieving. So I hope next year we can dance more.
That's fair. I mean, I'm not even a dancer, but to do like a K-pop dance, which just seems like so much fun. Even like there's so much energy, there's so much like it's such a performance kind of thing. So,
Yeah, I agree. It's something you get like engaged to do that because it's so catchy. The choreographers are so
oh
beautiful
yes.
to look, and you're like there's some steps you can even look and oh, I can do that, and you start to practice until you can actually do. When you're doing that with your friends, it's even better because you have like the group, like the originals, like you have the formation, the members, all the members, and not just you dancing alone. I'm sure it's fun to dance alone, but when you have the friends to motivate you, I think it's even better.
All right. So, what's your favorite song to sing? So it doesn't have to be like a performance, but just what you enjoy singing.
Like musical style or
No, no, just like a song you like. Like, what's your
a
favorite
song.
song to sing? Even if it's like to yourself, it doesn't matter.
I don't think I can think about I can think of one song because I love singing, so I'm
Okay.
always singing to different songs. But I think I'm let's go this way for this instance. I would say like I'm really comfortable singing in Japanese, so it's really easy for me to sing in Japanese. Like I am really more confident about my Japanese than my Korean.
Okay.
So when I sing in Japanese, I think it's easier for me to get the mood of the song and record really faster when I'm alone to singing by myself. So it's really easier too. So I would say that Japanese songs are my like forte for singing, but I since I joined Lynxcats, I start to sing Korean more and more and more. So I feel quite confident with my Korean now. And since I really like K-pop, I'm always singing K-pop songs from a lot of groups. I would say that a song that I've been singing a lot these days would be maybe "Can't Stop Me" by Twice these
That's
days
fair.
and Loves the Girls by Blackpink because it's kind of funny because when the song first came out, the I Can Stop Me, I was like, oh, it's so different from what Twice usually do, and I really like Twice, and I was like, I don't know about this song, but when I started to record it, I was like, oh, it's actually good, the song. And then it grew on me. And now when I'm doing anything, I'm like, oh, I can't stop me, can't stop me. It's a
Yeah,
really good.
very motivating song.
Yeah.
Did you hear "Cry for Me"? I actually really liked or like that song.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it yet, but
Okay.
I heard it's a really good song because the girls were like, "Oh my God, this song's so good! I listened to it like 100 times today." Oh my God, the song
No,
must
it's good.
be
It's good.
really good. But I'll surely check this out
I'm sure
after.
there'll be a cover of it coming out soon from you guys.
I hope so. I really love when we do Twice covers.
All right, so here's a super deep and important question. Who is your Twice and Red Velvet bias?
That's a really easy question. Even though that I love all the members, all of
Yes.
them are really beautiful, talented, but my bias of Twice is Nayeon. Nayeon is my
Okay.
favorite because she's so cheerful and talented, and she's funny, and she's a meme. She's everything, and I really like her. And my favorite Red Velvet member would be Wendy or Yeti.
Okay.
They're both my favorites. And Wendy is so talented. Usually like main vocals of the groups because
That's
I
fair.
really love to sing people to listen to people sing like that complicated things, and
Hmm.
I'm like, oh my God, she does that so well. I wish
Hmm.
I could be like her. She's so good. I love her. And then I really like Wendy because she can adjust to a wide range of songs,
Hmm.
and she does her lines so well, and she dances greatly too. And
Hmm.
she's a sweetheart. I love her.
I definitely agree with you on Wendy. Wendy's definitely my bias for Red Velvet. Vocals, unreal. And just like the things I've seen of her, like whether it be in interviews or just like videos or whatnot, she just seems like such a nice person. And she's also, well, she's not from Canada, but obviously, like she's spent some time in Canada, so I'm kind of partial to that as well.
Yeah.
So this might be actually a tougher question, but who's your top bias of all time? Any group. Yeah, I asked one of my K-pop friends this, and he's like, I don't think I can answer this.
Yeah, I don't think I have an answer for that too because it's really
Hmm.
hard. That's
Hmm.
all that's all these groups we
Hmm.
follow and
Hmm.
then it's kind of hard to point up person an only person. Even on Pentagon, that is my favorite group. It's
Hmm.
really hard to pick up bias because
Hmm.
I have that member that is my favorite, but when I see the other members doing things, I'm like, oh, maybe he's my bias, and it's really hard to choose. I would say maybe if I have to point out just one person, that
Hmm.
would be Hui,
Okay.
because he's like an ace of K-pop. He can
Hmm.
sing, he can write, he can
Hmm.
do his own instrumentals. I don't know, write lyrics, dance, everything.
Hmm.
So it's really an inspiration for me, I guess. He's really talented, and I see like an inspiration because I really want to get into singing songwriting. So I think it really attracts me. It's something that I find really
Like
it's a
inspiring?
yeah, it's inspiring, but also a quality that I respect.
Okay.
Like, oh,
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, so this is a question I haven't gotten to ask anybody because you're I guess like the first musician I've talked to, but this is a question I like to ask any musician, and this is, what is one song you wish you wrote? Like I play guitar, I kind of like to sing as well, so something like if I wrote Ed Sheeran's Perfect, I would have been like, oh my god, I wrote this song. You know what I mean? Like that
yeah.
kind of song that you just connect so much with, and you're like, if that was mine, that would be amazing.
That's fair. I don't know, and I never thought about that. That's
Hmm.
really a question. I never thought about it. From the songs that I really like from all the times, I really like Frank Sinatra's "Fly Me to the Moon." I really
Oh,
like that
okay.
song. It's
Hmm.
a really soothing song. When I
Hmm.
listen to that, I start singing like automatically. And it's one of my favorite songs of all the time. And
Hmm.
I think if I wrote that, I would be really happy about
Hmm.
it. And I would say to everyone, look, this song I wrote for Frank Sinatra.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm kind of curious about this regarding when you guys record your songs and you do Japanese or Korean lyrics. Is it just written out in Japanese or Korean, or do you kind of like do it phonetically?
I think a lot of people might have the same question. For Korean songs, we use the Hangul
Okay.
because all of our members can read Hangul. I would say like a tip for other people who wants to start singing in Korea
Hmm.
because I think it really helps. I can say that because of my own experience.
Hmm.
When you learn the Hangul,
Hmm.
it becomes a little bit easier to understand how the words are pronounced, to pronounce like well and like it should. There's a lot of people who ask that how you sing in
Hmm.
Korean? Do
Hmm.
you use romanization for that
Hmm.
or do you read in Hangul? And I would say that you should learn Hangul if you wanna sing like covers of K-pop songs because I think
Okay.
it would be like more accurate to the language.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think for at least for Brazil, I don't
Hmm.
think the romanization of Korean is accurate enough. I don't really like the romanization for Korean. When I first started liking K-pop, about the same topic, I wish I could sing the songs, but I there's no way I couldn't do it. I was like trying to sing from the romanization, and I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't hear this thing the lyrics say.
Hmm.
The person is
Hmm.
not saying that.
Well, it's like essentially if you do that, you're singing like stuff that doesn't make sense, right? But if you learn
Yeah.
Hangul, you're actually singing the words, right? You know what the
Yeah.
words mean. So,
Even if you do like a romanization for yourself
hmm.
after you know
Hmm.
the Hangul, that would be easier, will be easier too,
Hmm.
because you know how the that's a
Hmm. Syllables,
syllables. Okay, this word syllable. I don't know.
syllables,
Syllables.
syllables.
Syllables. Syllables.
Yep,
Okay, okay.
perfect.
In Portuguese would be syllabus.
Oh, it's pretty close.
Yeah. Syllables. And you know how that syllables work and how they sound, so you can actually make a romanization that is more accurate for yourself.
Hmm. Hmm.
Some members of our group does that for like when you have like a fast rap or something like that that
Yes.
you
Hmm.
can like you can't follow the the Korean lyrics,
Yes. Yeah.
so the person will like write their own romanization for the
Hmm.
rap
Hmm.
and follow from there. I think it would be easier for who wants to start singing in Korean. And
Hmm.
for Japanese, since our members can't read Japanese, except for
Hmm.
myself, I can't read like everything, but the basics I can do it.
Hmm.
So we usually do like romanization for that, and
Okay.
I usually check the romanization if it's okay, if there's
Yes.
something to correct or if there is something off, I
Hmm.
will like correct and something. But for Korean, Hangul, and for Japanese, usually romanization.
Yeah, Korean, I've just kind of been learning it a bit just because, when you listen to the songs, you're like, oh, I kind of want to know what they're saying. And I've,
Yeah.
yeah, learned a bit of Hangul. But at the same time, man, the ending vowels, I mean, the ending consonants are always like tricky for me. I think I know it, and then I
Yeah.
hear it said, and it doesn't sound anything like I'm supposed
I
to.
feel you. Sometimes I think the word is pronounced like a certain way, and
Hmm.
then I go like singing that way, and when I hear the singing, the original singing,
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, there's no,
Yes.
not even close to that. I'm doing it wrong. I used it to have a little a more trouble at the beginning
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
I was really bad at Korean, but and the other members would help me and say, oh, it's not like that, you should say it this way. And I,
Hmm.
oh, okay. And then I would like redo my lines once again and once and again until it sounded
Hmm.
correct. But
Hmm.
now I think when more you use the language, more you will become better on
Hmm.
guessing how the things should sound. It's like a feeling thing. It's a you have the feeling that it sounds wrong
Yes,
or
like that
sounds
sound wouldn't
right.
happen in the language. Yeah.
Yeah, you get used to that. But I agree that is difficult at first.
So just regarding Korean and Japanese, did you kind of just learn it through self-study? Did you take classes? I'm just asking for people maybe if they're interested in learning these languages.
Oh, for Korean, I started to learn the alphabet myself, like the
Hmm.
Hangul, and because of the since I started to sing Koreans, I had this thing. I wanna sing to the lyrics correctly. So I
Hmm.
I started to learn the language because of that.
Oh.
And and I started to learn by myself the alphabet on internet, internet, and there's a lot of resources these days.
Hmm.
You can find it easily, and and about Japanese, I started by myself too, but now I am having classes for Japanese.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm trying to become fluent,
Hmm.
maybe someday. But for Korean, I can't say that I can speak Korean. I can just sing in Korean, and I know like I have like a vocabulary, a lot of words that
Okay.
I know, but I can't really keep a conversation going on
Okay.
in
Okay.
Korean. There's no way I
Okay.
can do that. But in Japanese, I think I can talk like the basics, and I can, if I have like, if I'm talking on my phone, like typing,
Hmm.
I can talk, have a conversation in Japanese because I
Oh,
have time to
nice.
think and I have
Hmm.
time to search about the words and I can phrase my what I want to say
Hmm.
like correctly, and I can think, oh, does it's right? Is
Hmm.
it right? I think I can keep the conversation going on, but in Korean, not yet.
Yeah, I just find when I hear Korean spoken, it just so fast. I have
Yeah.
no idea. But if I
Mm.
read it, I would have a way better chance of understanding it.
Yeah, same. I'm kind of used to hearing Korean because of the
Hmm.
dramas and the music, but
Hmm.
I agree that if I have to had to talk to someone, that
Hmm.
would be really difficult to do. I would be like clueless most of the time.
Hmm. So how many languages total do you know? Is it four?
How many languages I can speak?
Yes.
Oh, I can speak Portuguese, my mother language, and I
Hmm.
can speak English, and I would say my Japanese level would be like basic to
Okay.
intermediate, like
Hmm.
getting to the intermediate.
Okay.
But Korean would be like very basic.
Okay.
My level of Korean would be like very basic.
So I'm just gonna ask you because you brought this up. I think with most people, when they learn Korean, they start watching K dramas, and
Mm.
that's definitely what I did, and I fell in love with the genre. It's kind of crazy how
Yeah.
much I enjoyed it. I just like, I'll watch it so I can hear Korean more, but I actually really enjoyed them. So I'm just gonna ask you, what are some K dramas that are one of your favorites or some of your favorites?
Oh, that's a trick
Is
question
it a
because I
hard?
watch like lots of K-dramas. Because I've been watching K-drama for a while. My family likes K-dramas too. Like my mom likes K-dramas, and sometimes even my father would watch it. I would, if I had to recommend a drama for someone, I would recommend When the Camellia Blooms. It's a really good
Okay.
drama. It's on Netflix, not sponsored. It's a really good drama. It's more for, I think, the grown-ups. Maybe a child or adolescent wouldn't like it
Hmm.
because there's people who are more like into school dramas and things like that. And this is an adult protagonist,
Okay.
and she's a mom, and it's a really good drama. I really loved that drama. I even cried at the end.
That that's K dramas though. You just cry at them. I mean.
Yeah, I cried. That's so good because I usually don't cry.
Oh, really? Really? Okay.
Yeah, I have a time crying with things like movies and dramas.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm like the
But
total opposite. So,
it's one of my favorite dramas. When a Camellia Blooms, I like to like, let me see another one that I really enjoyed.
do you like the romance ones? Do you like the ones that are like more, I don't know, less romance oriented?
I like the romance, but I think but let's say in right the right portion of romance, like just the right amount of romance that is needed. But I like the way that romance is portrayed on dramas because
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
so light, and you don't have to think much about it because it's just so light and easy going, like.
And it's way more
Oh.
innocent than what
Hmm?
we're used to, I think, right? So,
What word?
innocent, like the love is just kind of like
Yeah,
cute
it's
and like,
innocent.
it's more romantic rather than, I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
like it's really different from the Western
hmm,
dramas.
yes.
So it's something that really clicks with me because I really like this side of the romance, like the innocence, and it's everything so cute and so heart fluttering.
Yes, yes, for sure.
But I really enjoy other kinds of dramas too, like police dramas. I watched that drama named Life. It's about
Okay.
police police, I guess. It was a really good drama. It was, no, it's not life, I guess.
Some ones I've watched on Netflix recently. Uh, I don't. If you like ones that are more So I don't know. Have you watched Reply 1988?
Oh, I never watched this Reply series, but
Okay.
I heard a lot of people that how it's good, but I don't know how it works because there's a lot of seasons, but
Oh, they're
different
not
times.
related. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not
I
related.
guess
Yeah,
that
so
because it's about different years, but
hmm hmm
how they connect to each other, there's any connection?
I don't think so. I think they're just like standalone stories that are based in different time periods, from my
Oh,
understanding.
but it's like the same production?
Yes, I believe it's the same writers,
Oh, it
but
makes
like not the
sense.
same characters. So
Oh, the other drama that I really liked that was like a comedy, it was the Hello My 20s. It's really good too. It's really good. It was like a coming of the age drama, and
hmm
there's like they portray some serious issues on the drama, but in a light way. So you can watch and you don't feel like the burden. It's not a really drama that you
yes,
feel, oh my
yes.
God, I feel so bad for this drama.
hmm
But
hmm
it's something that make you think, but it's not that hard on you. So you
hmm
can think and also have fun, and it has like that comedy, and you can it's a really easy drama to watch, you know. And I really like that drama too because I had like a little bit of I don't know if I would like this drama when I first watched it,
Okay.
the first episode, and I was
Yes.
like, I don't know if it's my thing, this drama. But then after a few months or even a year, I don't know, even a year, and I tried again, and I was, oh, this is really good. And then I binge watch it.
That happens a lot with K dramas, in my opinion.
Yes. I can remember a drama I watched with my mom. The name
hmm
is Love Rain. It's one of the
Okay.
first dramas I watched, and we did exactly that. We wanted to finish it because we wanted to know what was going to happen. Oh my God, what's going to happen?
hmm
And then we binge watched it. And when we finished, it was like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And we just stayed up all night watching this drama. But it's a good drama too.
Okay. Yeah, no. So if anybody who has not watched K drama, I suggest you give it a try. You might not
Yeah.
like all of them, but it's like K-pop. There's a variety of dramas. It's not just the typical romance one. There are some that are more appealing and whatnot, but
Yeah. If
they're
you
very addictive
like
though.
thriller or something like that,
Mm.
there's dramas like in this style too. You can find one that will enjoy. You just have to give up on this, like, can I say prejudice? It's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah.
It's correct. Oh, the prejudice with the language because there's people who say, "Oh, I can't watch this because it's Korean or it's
Mm-hmm.
another language that I can't understand."
Mm-hmm.
But once you let this behind, you will start to like Korean dramas. They're really good, and
And you're
they
not even
connect.
gonna notice it because you're so used to the Korean language after a while. Like you know what I mean? Like you're just gonna get used to hearing it. So
Yeah, yeah. It's just the first, I think it's just the first impression because you never
hmm
heard the language. It's not a
hmm
thing that is common.
hmm
Uh, but once you get used to it, you will start to love it.
Yeah, and also just like the style of how stuff is done in Korean dramas just are shot in a very specific way. I feel like
Yeah, that is
that's
true.
kind of different. It's not Western, so that
Hmm.
might put people off, but it seems kind of different. But you get used to it, so definitely give
Yeah,
them a
yeah, yeah.
chance. All right, so what is something you know now that you wish you knew when you were younger?
I think I would like to, if I could tell this for my younger self, I would
hmm
say, not everybody will like you, and then that's fine.
Yes.
Because I'm kind of I'm a little bit like I'm a little bit of people pleaser, and that's a kind of hard thing because not everybody is going to like you, and you have
hmm
to deal with that. It's not their fault. It's just it's not your
It's just.
fault. It's
hmm
just that maybe you don't click with the person,
hmm
or I don't know, maybe they don't like you at all because of something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's fine. And we nobody is like you have to like them. It's okay to not like someone, but I would also like to tell to myself
hmm
that there's also mean people in the world, and they will say things that will hurt you. But don't be discouraged because you can do it. You can move on. You have your friends, you have your family, and you have the support you need, and you don't have to be discouraged for random people and people that don't like you. But because I'm doing my best, I'm trying to be a good person. So I I can't like do anything if the person doesn't like me. So
Hmm.
it's a thing that I wish I would know when I was younger, because I would have like matured the idea in my mind, and now
Hmm.
I think I would be much more confident than I am.
That's definitely some advice I think we can all agree that we wish we told ourselves earlier in life. Just
Yeah.
care less about the people who are rude and inconsiderate. Focus on the good people and don't please everyone. You're not gonna like everyone, and not everyone's gonna like you, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
It's okay. It's fine. But don't be mean.
Exactly. You can still be a good person. If someone's mean, doesn't mean you have to be mean back for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is something people might find surprising about you?
I think people might find surprising that I like horror movies.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay.
And because it's kind of funny, horror
Hmm.
movies, because there's few good horror movies. It's really hard to find a really good horror movie, but the bad ones you can just like watch and laugh with your friends. So
Oh,
I think
yes.
it's really fun to watch with friends. I even watch alone too, but I like to watch with friends.
Hmm.
And other thing that people might find surprising would be that I like to play role-playing games. I started to
Okay.
get into that like 2 years ago, but I didn't play many games. But this year with the quarantine and
Hmm.
so, my friends started to say, "Oh, let's play RPG with us," and and I was like, "Oh, I don't know about it."
Hmm.
But then they asked so much. They were like always inviting me to play. So I gave them a chance, and now I really like it.
Hmm.
It's a really fun game to play with friends, and it's really like interesting how the story develops with
Hmm.
the players acting,
Hmm.
the player interacting with the keeper,
Okay.
and so on. And it's something that I really enjoy playing.
So, what kind of horror movies do you like? Do you like the ones that are kind of there's a crazy murderer person, or are you more something like supernatural or something like that?
I think I would say that I enjoy more the
Okay.
supernatural ones. But the only thing that I don't like to watch is when that's like graphic mutilation. I don't like to see
Yes.
that.
Like okay.
I'm
Okay,
like,
that's
oh
fair.
my God, no.
Hmm.
Like movies like Saw or this kind of movies, I'm not really into that. But other movies like supernatural stuff like The Conjuring,
Oh
or
yes.
or movies in that way, or maybe even movies with murders, but there's not like graphic mutilations.
Yes.
I'm
Hmm.
okay with that. I,
Okay.
I can watch any of them.
What's the horror movie people should watch?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know. There's many movies that I watched. Maybe
You can give me a few.
let me see the name in English because I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, the name of the movie is Hannibal? Or is
Oh, Hannibal. Yes. Yes.
the
Okay.
name is Hannibal too, the name of the movie?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was like The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, well, which Silence of the Lambs
It's the
is
second
the one
movie.
that's the older one, which
Oh,
is like the girl who, Clarice, she's looking for this other serial killer, and Hannibal's in jail, and Hannibal's helping her solve a crime.
okay, okay, I got it. I think all the movies of Hannibal
Hmm.
franchise are good. It's
Hmm.
a good movie to watch because Anthony Hopkins is
Oh
a
yes.
really good actor.
Hmm.
So I think it's a legit good movie.
Hmm.
And also for the newest movies, I think The Conjuring is a really good horror movie.
Hmm.
If it's the movie I'm thinking, let me see. It's the movie I'm thinking.
It's the one. The first one was like the house one, right? No. Yes.
Yeah, the first
Yeah. Yeah. That's
one
Conjuring.
is it was really good. I don't think I watched the other two,
Hmm.
the one with the nun.
Hmm.
And- but the first one was really good. I remember I watched that like at night. And
Okay.
I'm not really afraid of horror movies, but when I
Mm-hmm.
watched that I was like a little bit hmm. It got me a little bit.
It's all good.
But it's a good movie.
Hmm.
It's a really good movie.
So, what is one thing you'd like to do or achieve in your lifetime?
I would say two things. First of all, I would like to have a stability
Hmm.
because with that, I can travel, I can meet my friends that live far, and I can go to a lot of places that I want to know and visit. And even if it's just one song, I would like to write a song for an artist, and that would make me really happy to see
Hmm.
my song being played
Yeah.
around the world.
Hmm.
And I would be, oh my God, that's my song. This person is singing. I would be so happy. Even more if it's an artist that I look for, and if I get to do that, got to do that in the future, will
Hmm.
be really happy. It's really a dream for me.
Okay, so can you maybe just tell the listeners or the audience, I guess, where we can find you and Lynxcats on social media and YouTube?
We have our YouTube channel that is youtube.com/Lynxcats group, and it's the same name handle on Instagram and also on Twitter, I guess. But we are not really active on Twitter,
Okay.
so the best is to follow us on YouTube and Instagram.
Okay.
We are more active there. And we also have our personal Instagrams that are linked on our main group Instagram. But you can follow our channel and check our covers. We are really active. We do covers like 4 or 5 covers for month in a month, and so we'll never get bored. I can assure that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. It was really nice to be here. I was a little bit nervous, but I now I feel really welcomed, and I felt really excited during the interview. It was really good. It was my first interview, by the way.
Well, thank you for joining us. It was great. I don't think you were, like I said, you just got comfortable very quickly, and it's just like a discussion, right? Just a conversation at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So
it
it
felt
worked out
like a
well.
conversation. It was really, really fun and like easy going. I felt like I'm talking to a friend. I
Good.
felt
That's
really
the
good.
that's the vibe I'm trying to go for. For everyone out there, check out their channel. I'm definitely gonna link it in the description of the video. I'll put a link in or I'll put the information on the video itself. But the covers are crazy in the sense of the production is so high, the vocals are great,
Oh, thank you.
and you will honestly you'll question if it's the original track. Some of them. So
Yeah. There's I hope we can release that soon. And I hope you guys
mhm.
enjoy it too.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, stay tuned for stuff. Yeah, You have some stuff coming out soon that you can't really talk about, but look forward to it. Right.
but
All
stay
right. Sounds
tuned.
good.
We'll like release some more information soon. I'm sure.
Thanks again for being on the show. It was so much fun talking to you about K-pop, your life, and learning about you. And I'm sure people will
Oh,
enjoy it as well.
thank you so much for inviting me. I felt really welcome, and thank you so much um for today. I it was like I said, it was my first interview, but I felt at ease after we start talking.
Mhm.
So I hope you have a lot of success in your channel because it's like a fun way to do interviews. So I'm
Mhm.
sure that the channel will grow, and I'll be rooting for you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching slash listening to this episode, and please subscribe for more interviews. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next video. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye. Wear a mask.